All right, another episode of conVersate After Dark. Tell you what's up with you.
Everything's great with me. What's going on with you?
It's all good. It's all good. Tell people where they can find us.
You can find us at Conversate After Dark everywhere. And if you would like to be a guest on the show or you have a topic you want us to cover, you can reach us at cvadthepodcast@gmail.com.
That's right. Go to our website, www.conversateafterdark.com. Make sure you tell a friend about the show. So, all right, Tay, let's do the icebreaker.
Okay. This one I don't know if I'm able to answer, but I'm gonna ask it anyway. Tell me the last time you did something nice for yourself.
Hmm. That used to be a hard thing for me to do because as men, I was talking about on the show how like I'm a man's man. And part of being a man's man is you're always doing for your family and being there for your friends and for your community. And oftentimes, what comes with that is like suffering almost, like nobody caring about your feelings unless it's Father's Day. And, people, uh, you get socks. Even when it is Father's Day or Christmas, you get socks or underwear, nothing like real nice or what have you. But I have to say that a lot of my friends and family have tried to do nice things for me. And I really had to like get out of that mind frame of not allowing them to do that because I felt like um as the man, like you shouldn't be doing nice things for me. So I really tried to get over that. And part of that, getting over that, is doing nice things for myself as well. So I would say buying myself like technology. I'm big into gadgets, so I bought like something. Oh, scratch that. People on the show don't know, but Tay knows this very, very well. I am a huge Mary J. Blige fan, like the number one fan. Like, if you want to lose me as a friend, talk some shit about Mary. And I I've traveled to see her. I went to Europe to see her, and I went to Vegas, and then I actually paid to go back to Vegas to see her for a second time. And big long story behind that, but ultimately it's something that I want to do. And some people might judge, like, okay, you spend all that money to see Mary twice? Yes, I am. So that would be the last thing that I did for myself. That was very nice, paying to go see Mary J. Blige.
Okay. I'm not sure where I want to take this because I'm really not one to do things for myself, even though I'm single and I could have no kids, so I have no responsibilities in terms of that. Um, but yeah, I don't know. Now I will say the majority of the time, my weekends are my own. Even if as people may not know, but I'm a caretaker for my grandmother. So there are times where on the weekends, my mother and my aunts usually handle those. But if they can't, there were times when they would ask me to do it. And at first I was saying yes, but I've gotten into the habit where I need my break. So my weekends are my own. So if it's not something important, I do what I want to do on the weekends. And that's really not taking care of my grandmother, unfortunately. Just that's those are my off days, so I treat them as my off days. I'm gonna say that.
But I think I've never had to be a caretaker. I have seen it in person. My grandmother, my father's mom, she had turned ill for a while and she came to stay with us for an extended period of time. So I've seen firsthand, people, and my mom's mom, um, she actually stayed in her home, and my mom and her brothers and sisters would take turns spending the night and being there to take care of her or whatever. So I've seen it, but I've never done it. And I think for most people that I've talked to about caretakers, they say the most important thing is for the caretaker to get a break and to be
Mm.
able to do nice things for themselves, because they say what happens is once you start taking care of somebody and caretaking, you start to neglect yourself. And then next thing you know, you need somebody to take care of you. So, as your friend, I'm really glad that you do that. But what do you do? You don't like pay to get massages, you don't go to spas or anything like that, something to kind of relax.
Not really, and that's why I kind of hesitated saying that as the nice thing for myself because unless something comes up where like the last concert I went to was a New Edition concert. And so I could say that, but that's not something that's like a ongoing thing. I used to get before the pandemic. I was scheduled my pedicures were every 2 3 weeks, without without a break. But since the pandemic, I really haven't kept up with that. Like I said, I may do it like maybe 3 or 4 times, maybe during the summer when people see my feet. But yeah, I haven't really, and it is something about letting yourself go because like I said, during the pandemic, I kind of did that, which is why now I'm more adamant that my weekends are my own. And most of the time, I'm just sitting around doing nothing, watching TV, catching up on shows that I may have missed. But yeah, that's it. That's about it.
Yeah, because I don't think it doesn't always mean that people have ill intent or are trying to use you. But sometimes you really got to set boundaries, especially if
Mhm.
you are a dependable person and folks know that you can do it. And I'll speak for myself. Um, I'm known as the softy. So people know if they call, I'm the guy that gives his last to his friends. Literally, I've literally given my last to people. And as we get older, you realize like, shit, who gonna take care of me? I've been taking care of all these people for years, and clearly they ain't got it to give to me. So I'm gonna have to start being a little bit more selfish with my stuff, So they're setting boundaries with like your partner, but then also setting boundaries with your family and sometimes your friends as well. It's a major thing,
That's true.
and for some people it's so easy, and for me it's just not, and I don't know why.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
I guess I don't want to let people down or what have you. I'm doing better. And I've kind of forced myself to do better because I know what's this 26, 2024. Oh my gosh. My friends and family, they try to literally use me up. I mean, even into the last day, December 31st, I had a motherfucker calling and, hey, I always said that I would never do this, but here I am. Can you give me some money? I spent too much, and I fell for the shit, right? And after that, I was like, I just can't do it no more because
Mm.
I was resentful. I was resentful because I felt like I was being used, and nah, nah, okay, you can't do that. Not like when I'm pushing 50, like I am.
Yeah, yeah, I get it. Uh, I lost my train of thought.
I let's go back. I'm saying this. That's why I said I got to give me a girlfriend so I can blame it on her. Some people be
Oh.
like, "Hey man, can you, hey, can you loan me some? Let me call my girl, man, see if it's cool, whatever." And then like, nah, she said no, man, we can't.
Oh yeah, I used to allow my exes to use me. If you don't want to go somewhere, just tell them. Well, at first it started off with one ex's cousin blaming me, but as the years went on, I wouldn't mind if people used me as a scapegoat. But no, back to when you were saying, when people look at you as the responsible one or the one that they can count on, they will like you said, it maybe not taking advantage on purpose, but they will you'll be the person that they go to all the time. And I am that person. And because, I was raised, if you give somebody your word, stick to it or be the responsible one. So I'm always like, if somebody asks me to do something, especially if they need help doing something, I'm always yes, yes, yes. What I need to work on is setting a boundary without backing away because that's my way of setting the boundary is that I will back away, which is really pushing people away, which I don't want to do. But in order for me not to have to tell people no, I just back away so that I'm not around them to even give them the opportunity to ask me for something, which is not a good place to be either.
Also, you cut. So is that a nice way of saying cutting people off?
Um, not it's not the same as cutting people off because usually when you cut people off, it's because your as they say these days, your peace is being it's being tested, or they've done something to you. I'm not even talking about that. Like I'm someone who will shut down. So or just like I said, just back away. And so my way of setting a boundary at times has been to just back away, which it can alienate you from people, which is not what I want to do either. I just need to get better at saying no.
Yeah, and it's just it seems like such a simple word to say, but it's
Yeah.
hard hard for me to do.